school and work can be a huge pressure, because if you have a perfectionist personality, as I do, it's something that you really have to work with. As far as trying to put your best foot forward, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you take everything to the next level, that you're treating yourself in an unhealthy manner, you're preventing yourself from recovering. People around us in our jobs, classmates that we are in school with, parents that, put pressure on you about grades or things like that. All of those things can be huge pressures and therefore huge triggers. And it is our environment, it is our daily life. Unlike the media, it is something that we have to deal with on a daily basis, that is a part of our actual real life, and we don't have a choice in the matter. It's something that you have to learn to deal with, because triggers are a part of life, they're a part of the real world, and the sooner you can deal with them, then the better off you're going to be. You can't sort of remove yourself from all of the triggers and pressures that are in this world and say, okay, now I'm okay, I can keep recovering, I can keep doing well because I don't go to this with this person because it triggers me, and I don't go do this with this family member because it triggers me, and I don't look at this, and I don't watch this, and before you know it, you're in a little bubble, or you're sitting inside your bedroom every day and you don't want to leave because you're afraid of getting triggered, because something out there is going to trigger you. But the point is, you have to be prepared for it. You have to realize that things are triggering and it's going to knock the wind out of you sometimes, but if you learn how to deal with those triggers, you're going to be better off and you can live, quote-unquote, a normal life. That quote, "nothing tastes as good as skinny feels," just makes me want to laugh, because it's crap. It's not true. People will like to say that it's true. Even people that are dealing with eating disorders would like to say that it's true, because it doesn't matter. If you just want to be thin so badly that you feel that that's a true statement, but it's not. I mean, obviously, there are a million things that taste way better than skinny feels. And skinny is not everything. Skinny isn't even attractive. I mean, think about that word. Thin is just a word. It's silly. Don't give power to that statement. Find a positive role model that doesn't believe in that statement. Find somebody out there that you can really look up to, that you can really respect, that can really give you advice just by living their daily life, even without speaking to you. And look to that person when the media gets in the way. Eating with others can be a huge trigger. Something in the environment that's a pressure on you. I did a video about that in the past, so I'll put the link up for that. It's really hard for me for some reason to talk about different triggers in one video, because I feel like I could go on and on for ages about just one, and I'd have to make 10 videos for each trigger that I would talk about. And then, you talk about the trigger, but you also want to talk about how to prevent that, or how to help yourself work through that. So, a 10-minute video is up before you know it. So hopefully these other links that I'm going to post for you guys will be helpful as well, and you can click on those if you haven't already seen them, or maybe they just be good reminders. A really important pressure and trigger is a comment from an authority figure, or multiple comments from an authority figure. What comes to mind immediately is sports, and something your coach says to you can be very much so less than productive, very detrimental to your mental health, and therefore to your physical health. People often think that because they're hearing something from an authority figure like a coach or a teacher, that there must be something wrong with them when they hear those words, and it's so incredibly untrue. I would just come at it the same way that I was talking about the media, and it's just that person, and they're telling you this. It does not have to be part of your everyday life. If you hear something that makes you feel badly about yourself, definitely tell someone, definitely work it out. If that particular sport or extracurricular activity is really becoming detrimental to your mental health, and it's something you love, but the person that's leading it is not helping you to love yourself, maybe it's time to take a step back, or find a way to do that sport or that activity with somebody other than that person, whether it be with a different group than your school or what have you. But for the same reason that our parents, when we're growing up, and even when we're not growing up anymore, can trigger certain self-destructive responses within us. Other people in authority positions can do the same thing. So really, really remember this if you are someone that is involved in sports or involved in some activity where you get told certain things about your body or about your performance. And please remember that you are great and you are beautiful, and this one person, even if they're older than you, even if they're wiser than you in whatever the activity is, does not give them the right to make you feel the way that they're making you feel if they're making you feel badly. Bullying can be a huge environmental pressure and therefore a trigger. It's actually more so more of a direct cause of an eating disorder manifesting itself in certain ways than I would consider it a trigger. But it's definitely something to be aware of. Don't let other people dictate your life. That's the number one lesson where triggers are concerned. Only you have the power to change your life and make it go the way you want it to go. And you might not like yourself right now, but you can learn to like yourself. And taking control of your life is a really great way to start that process. You're going to make it, triggers or no triggers, pressures or no pressures, environmental circumstances or not. You have to tell yourself that you're going to make it. You have to give yourself that positive reinforcement on a daily basis. I hope everybody has a great week.